out again. This is their fourth straight loss, the longest streak of their season. Now, James has missed 16 games in a row. So, Colin, remember, the Big Three has only played 7 games together this season.
And what's interesting is we all know James is one of the great offensive players ever, but I always question how valuable he was. They won 20 of 22 games at one point without Kevin Durant this year. They can't win without Harden. They have KD and Kyrie. They can't beat the Mavericks. So it's fascinating. It's not a shot at KD necessarily. Harden's value, Rockets, disaster. Brooklyn can't win without him with KD and Kyrie both playing well last night.
Yeah, no, he is the most important person on the team. They're currently in the second seed, but the Bucks are only a half a game behind them. And Giannis right now is playing amazing and putting up MVP numbers.
He is.
This could be the Bucks' year now that the pressure's off. I know. It's going to be interesting down the stretch.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the Jets are hoping that Zach Wilson is the franchise quarterback they've been searching for. He'll be one of the rookies called upon to start week 1. And his personal coach, John Beck, thinks Wilson's preparation is what's going to set him up for success next season.
He's a football junkie. He loves every opportunity that he has to get better, to improve at something. He's extremely dedicated. When you get to the NFL level, there are so many talented people. The way to separate yourself is from the work that you put in and also how you learn from those experiences. And when I look at Zach, he's always so willing to work and learn from those experiences. And I think it's going to give him a great opportunity to lead his football team through playing well.
Well, it helps. We were just talking about Ohtani for the Angels, who is literally lives, breathes, eats, sleeps baseball.
Yeah.
There's no question. If you live in the film room, it is a massive edge as a quarterback.
Yeah, and I think his biggest edge is that he actually believes that he can help this team. And the belief and the confidence for a rookie quarterback who's starting week 1 is going to get everything thrown right at him. It's a huge part of it.
You know, listen, Lamar Jackson's got a good GM. Josh Allen's got a good GM. The best thing Zach Wilson has, he appears to have a very highly competent general manager, Joe Douglas, which Sam Darnold didn't until his last year, and it was too late. So when I look at this Zach Wilson situation, I have no idea how good Robert Saleh is as a coach. I have no idea. But when you watch the last 2 drafts for the New York Jets, you do come away thinking they have a game plan. The previous general manager, they had no game plan. It was just odd fits and injured players. And I had talked to GMs around the league with the previous GM, and they said 2 years ago, not this draft or Joe Douglas's first, the one before that, they said was the strangest draft they'd ever seen. They couldn't make heads or tails of it. Like, at least with Joe Douglas, you feel like, okay, they've picked a path. They're going to upgrade the last 2 drafts. 2 of the first 3 picks, left side of the offensive line. So at least I feel like Zach Wilson has a guy running the ship that's not going to steer you into an iceberg.
And I'm rooting for him. You're going to have hiccups when you're a rookie quarterback starting week 1, but he seems like he has the right head on his shoulders, the right mindset, and the confidence and belief in himself and the team. So, rooting for you, Zach. Moving on to the Eagles. They are all in with Jalen Hurts as their starting quarterback next season. He's only got 4 starts as a rookie in 2020, and GM Howie Roseman is looking for Hurts to make the most of his opportunity to prove he's their guy.
Certainly, you know, you're judging him off of 4 NFL starts in a tough situation with all the injuries that we have. You know, we want to see him grab the job and kind of run with it and see what you do over a period of time. And, you know, we want to be in a situation where we get as much information as possible, give him the best opportunity, you know, build that offensive line, give him the right weapons, put him in a system that really maximizes his ability, and then go from there.
They got him weapons. They got him Devontae Smith. I think that was kind of the biggest nod they gave him, trading down and then trading back up in the draft.
Yeah, I mean, I think Jalen Hurts deserves the season. I think Daniel Jones deserves about until Thanksgiving. Like, I think you'll know Daniel Jones by Thanksgiving, you'll know. I think you're going to have to watch the full slate of games with Jalen Hurts because he didn't play much last year. And frankly, this team's much more of a rebuilding effort than the Eagles owner would like to admit. They've got an old offensive line. There's some finger crossing at the wide receiver position. They have one great corner. There's a lot of questions with this team, and let's give Jalen 16. I mean, Eagle fans, I will say this. They're not always the most realistic, but everything I have read this offseason, Eagle fans have come to terms with, we're not a Super Bowl team. Can we at least figure out if we have the right quarterback? And that's an incredibly healthy way to look at it. Not every team's a Super Bowl team. Sometimes Buffalo year 2 with Josh Allen. Do we have the right quarterback?
Yeah.
Let's just figure that out. Now, year 3 on, you're a Super Bowl contender for 10 years with Josh. But these first couple years, you're just trying to find out if the kid can handle it, and that's where Philadelphia's at.
I think this is what they needed to say the moment that Carson Wentz left. Let Jalen know he's your guy. Build up that confidence. Give him the tools he needs to succeed. So I think they're heading in the right direction.
Good stuff. Alex for the news.
Well, that's the news.
And thanks for stopping by.
Collective bargaining agreement is not pro-player, it's pro-owner. The NFL's got the weakest union. NBA union, very pro-player. Baseball union, very pro-player. Hell, the umpire union is stronger than the NFL player union. The coaching unions are stronger than the NFL player union. And so sometimes if you're a star player, a quarterback, you feel trapped. I think Russell Wilson's a really good guy, but he's gone public twice. I want more money and I want more players. Why? He's trapped. What are his options? Tom Brady did a documentary, had editing control, made sure everybody in New England saw his wife saying, Gisele Bündchen saying, he wants to be respected. Could this just be Aaron feeling trapped? They won't get him wide receivers. They keep drafting developmental players. He watches Brady, Mahomes, Josh Allen, all their talent. And so he's kind of leaked some stuff here and here and here. And you could say, well, James Jones said he's not leaking stuff. Okay, but didn't Aaron, after the NFC Championship, remember the post-game comments? He kind of put it out there for Green Bay management to kind of understand how he was thinking. Remember this, Bite.
A lot of guys' futures that are, uncertain, myself included. That's what's sad about it most. Getting this far, obviously there's going to be an end to it at some point, whether we make it past this one or not, but just the uncertainty is tough, and the finality of it all.
That's kind of a message. That's kind of a message. So what do you do? I'd call it professional claustrophobia. Russell Wilson's always been go Hawks, but he thought he was massively underpaid, and the rumors came out he wanted the Giants. I had 2 sources on that, said it was a real story. By the way, Russell Wilson unhappy with the offensive line. Goes public. Seattle, in both instances, solved it. Brady was unhappy with Jimmy Garoppolo. Those stories made ESPN the magazine. What happened? Garoppolo was traded. Some of this may just be Aaron really doesn't hate Green Bay, but he feels professionally trapped. Okay, restructure my deal. Solve all the issues. It may just be that simple. We all consider today, Aaron wants out. That's all I hear from anybody. Maybe it's Aaron wants a better deal and doesn't want out. Maybe it's, can we restructure my deal, get me Julio Jones, and stop drafting 6 offensive linemen every year? Can we finally get a corner that's not a reach from Georgia and go and get the best corner, the second round from Georgia, which Urban Meyer and the Jags got? Maybe this is a cry for help. It's a cry for restructuring. It's a little professional claustrophobia. Alex for the news.
No. Turn on the news. This is the Herd Line News.